looking at the calendar, I was reading a new book, a workbook that I have that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. And it was just talking about like quarterly, like 90-day goals. And I was like, oh my gosh, like the quarter is already like almost halfway over. And I just was like, I just wanted to get on a call with you guys to share some things. To just kind of get you guys like excited and rallied to kind of just see where you're at, where it's like halfway through the quarter, and then how to focus on the next 6 weeks. So just a few things that I want to kind of start to do is having like 3-month calendars. So I do have the team Google Drive. So you've seen me in the past few days, like throwing up some videos on there, and you're probably like, oh my God, like I just want to watch all these, but I don't have time. So anything that I feel like is really crucial for you to watch, I'm going to put into the team Google Drive. I'm not going to just be putting like a ton of videos in there that you guys have to like waste your time with. So if I truly feel like it's worth 30 minutes, I'm going to be putting them in there. So where people are always worried about objections, like you guys watching Bonnie's objections, I just watched the 30-minute one is a newer one that I just watched, which was really good. And then the one that has the slides is the one that I saw from like a year ago, where she really she screenshots it. It's longer. It's like an hour and 10 minutes. But she really dives into that. So if I put videos in there, it means I really think you should watch them. It's not just like, hey, if you have some time, check these out. So really keep an eye on that. It's in the files. The team Google Drive is in there. Again, if like you just signed on a new coach, there's exactly what to do. If you're a new coach, exactly what to do. And then if you're just like a seasoned coach, like how to continue your training and things you should be learning will be in there. So if I have it in there, just try to be in there. And then there's trackers and things like that. So I'm going to start doing like a 3-month out calendar, because I feel like, and kind of just deciding, like instead of each month being like looking at a calendar and saying, okay, well, the first Monday in March is like March 4th. Let's just say, I don't know what it is. But so I'm like, well, I'm going to do my next challenge group then, thinking at the end of February, people can still get the $10 off, and just planning it out. So instead of like deciding each month when the challenge group's going to be, just like deciding when they're going to be. So the calendar will have when the What Is Coaching events are, which will be the first and third Thursdays. And then alternating Thursdays will be the team calls. And then I'll have the new coach trainings will be the first week of each month. And then I'll just have like probably 2 challenge groups a month that you guys can invite to. And so like we can figure out the logistics of like, are they new groups or things like that? But at least you guys have dates in mind. So if you feel like you need a date to say when you're inviting, you have it. So at least I'll have 3-month out calendars. In regards to the team calls, I've been talking to some of my coaches, and like really just people are like, I love like knowing other coaches' whys and why we're doing this. So, and obviously like that's the most important thing about like when you don't want to work, why you're doing this. So I want to have at least 1 or 2 coaches at the beginning of each call, just talk about their why, a little bit about who they are, like what your life is. Are you married? Are you single? Do you have kids? Do you have pets? Like just so when there's new coaches that come on board, people can really start to get to know you, because this is about relationships, and it's not just about the business. And it's important for us to know each other as friends. And, that's what grows team culture. So at the beginning of each team call, I'm just going to have 1 or 2 people, share their why, share their experience with Beachbody so far, and just about themselves, like who you are, almost like your 5 for your branding for Instagram. Like, who are you besides Beachbody? So we can get to know each other. And then also like hearing each other's whys is helpful. So you're like, okay, I know she wants to like be home with her kids one day, or she wants to just have like a kick-ass savings account so that she doesn't have to dip into her, regular money. So that's going to be something I'll probably start implementing on the next team call. So there is a What Is Coaching event this week. So really try to be inviting to that, because that's what's going to be moving your business forward. So the next thing I really want to talk about is setting like quarterly goals. So, each month you may set goals, or you may say like, oh, a year from now, I'd love to be doing this, but really setting quarterly goals and doing it together as a team. So like, I truly believe in my heart that like our team could go elite this year, because I know what people are doing. And so that doesn't just take me, that doesn't just take one of my coaches. It truly is a whole team effort. So in order to get elite points, to become an elite coach, it's all about team volume. It's about people hitting Success Club, and it's about doing it all together. So it's about coaches on my team hitting Success Club. It's about things I sell. It's about coaches I recruit. It's about all different things. So I can't do it by myself. So I was talking to, Heather was with me this weekend, and she's like, I love, you know, when you even mentioned Elite, because it's exciting for me to think that like as a team we could do something together, and it makes me want to put more skin in the game to think that like we could achieve something together as a team. And so I think just having quarterly goals together as a team to say like, you know, maybe collectively you want to hit this many Success Club points, or to collectively we want to recruit this many coaches, and just really feel like we're doing this more as a team, and it's not just like you yourself running a business by yourself. And I think that makes it more fun as well. So as people start to, you know, there's quite a few girls that are like really close to Diamond. And obviously like running, as you become Diamond and you're just growing as a leader in general, you know, taking on responsibilities is going to be something that you need to be doing. And I may start just delegating. Like there are girls that help out with the What is Coaching events, and they talk about like, you know, their story, or they'll say, they'll talk about the things we talk about on the events. But I will be starting to delegate more, like, okay, I need you to help me run one of the calls for the What is Coaching event, or I need you to help me with the new coach training. Again, everything's going to be duplicatable, because for like the new coach trainings that I do, I have a PowerPoint. So it's literally slides that you just have to be reading. But as you grow as a leader, you will have to start doing those things to grow your team. And it's my job as your leader to help you kind of push you along to get you to do things as well. So as we're doing more What is Coaching events, like as you're a coach, you should be in there to be able to share your story. Or maybe it's just you could be able to help with one of the stories that we share, because of course there are girls that are in there that help, but there's so many more girls on our team. And so I want more people to be helping out with that as well. So when I think that you are ready to do something, even if you're scared, like it's going to be my job to tell you that to do it. So I remember when Allison used to ask me to do things, and even Christina would ask her, or Christina would ask me, and I'd be like, holy shit, like I have to run a call for like Christina's team. Like that scared the shit out of me. But I was like, she asked me to do it. Like I have to step up and do it. So that's what grows you as a leader, and it gets you to do things that scare you. They actually said this week, like Tara Carr was like, if you don't do one thing a week that scares you, then you are not growing in your life. You're just like wasting it, basically. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And then just doing things together. So, you know, we keep hearing, you know, setting up a free community, or when you do your Instagram, like it would be great to have like something free in your link tree at the top, like how to create freemium. So, and I think some people get so worked up about like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to do any of that stuff. So I think that like doing something together, like if I showed you on like Canva, I created a freemium on Canva. It's like a PDF, a 5-page PDF, and just doing it together. I show you how to do it. And so it's simple for you guys to do. I think just like doing more things together on team calls so that you understand how things are done, even as something as simple as like starting a free community on Facebook and deciding what you want the name to be and who you want in it. Because whether it's going to be your like page or it's a free community, you just have to have a place that like you're starting to grow relationships with people and growing content, so that you can then eventually have them move to customers. Okay, the next thing is I'm telling you all that you have to buy this workbook. I'm not making it mandatory, but I'm telling you have to do it. So I would love for all of us as a team to do this. So this book was recommended by a coach I follow on Instagram, and she's used this workbook for the past couple years. It's called Your Best Year 2018, and there's a business edition and there's a life edition. And I did it on the plane. I did 60 pages today, and it's amazing. And it just like, it breaks down like your goals, your fears, your whys in different ways. And it really like makes you like do the work. She's like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, but if you want to fucking have a better year, then I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. And so just the way that some of the things that she just puts in different like terminology. And one thing that I thought was very interesting. So like she has you write your fears down. I'm just going to share like a couple of things that I love from this. It was on Amazon. It was like $12, I think. So it's nothing crazy. It's Your Best Year 2018 by Lisa Jacobs. And you have to make sure it's the business edition. So it's for entrepreneurs, online people. So what fears are holding you back? List them. And then you have to say, you write your, like your fear, and then on a scale of 1 to 10, like how much are you fearing that? So like, maybe it's that like your business is going to fail on a scale of 1 to 10. How scared are you of that? And then you say like, what if that actually happened? What would you have to do? And then, so if like, say it was like for me, like, oh my God, what if my business just failed? Like, and I spent 5 years on it and it just like stopped working. What's the worst, if that happened, what would happen instead? I'd be like, okay, well then I'd probably like be like a fitness instructor and I'd do bar class and this and that. And like, what would I do if this failed? And then it was like, so if that happened, how scary is that? And for me, it was like, well, not that scary. I would love to teach bar and I'd love to do this. So like, when you think about your fear and then like, if it actually happened, what would you do? And then like, how much does that scare you? And every fear I wrote, and then when I wrote like, what would I do if that happened? That part wasn't scary. So it's interesting how it like takes away the fear of like, your mind just is like, oh my God, what if this happens? What if this happens? And it's like, okay, so what if it does? It's like when you're inviting people, oh my God, like what is she going to think? What's the worst that's going to happen? So she says, no, you didn't die. It's fine. You just move on. And another thing that she had us do, which I really liked, is, okay, so she talks about your why, of course, which is like, we talk about is so important. And she's like, of course, when I ask my entrepreneurs why they want to work their business, it's for retirement, to pay bills with ease, debt-free, serve people and make their lives better, help others achieve their goals, provide valuable resources, pursue a higher calling, and donate to charity and causes that I believe in. So, but she's like, that's all great, but like, we are people that want like, we want like gratification that like makes you jump up and down. You're like, oh my God, can you imagine? Like, if I made this, I could buy myself like a fucking, like the best car that I love, or we could go to like Bora Bora, like goals that excite you, that like make you want to jump up and down. So she's like, you need to have goals that have an emotional connection. So like, yeah, it would be great, like logically, to have a retirement or to feel like you can just pay bills, but like that makes you feel good. But like, so for example, she's like, if I hit my goals this year, my family and I are going to like New Zealand and like staying in 5-star resorts. And like, that makes me jump up and down. Like, holy shit, if we did that, that would be fucking amazing. So she's like, you need to have goals that connect emotion, that get you super excited, that make you like want to get up in the morning, like, oh my God, if I get my work done today, that's me getting one step closer to this goal that would like be so much fun. And so like, I just think it's awesome the way she breaks it down. And just like, she'll say like, you know, what are 1 or 2 things that you know you should be doing in your business, but you keep not doing it? You know, like for me, it's like, the freemium and creating like an email list and like a few things that I just don't feel like doing, but I know there are things that move my business forward. So she makes you write things down, set a deadline, and I'm assuming she kind of breaks it down into like getting things done. So I think it would be something fun to like do together as a team, because we could like talk about it, see how people are doing it. I think it's a fun way to like push towards your goals together and just think about it differently. And so the coach that said, she's like, she's extremely successful. And she said this really changed her business when she did it last year. And so she got it again this year. So yeah, so I think, oh, and then one other thing is we kind of talked about doing a retreat this year. So Heather lives in Arizona. She's like, you guys could come here. That would be really fun. So, and Christina, you live there. So she's like, October is like a super like nice time. It's not like too hot. It's not too cold. You could like still sit by the pool. And I was like, oh, that's nice. Cause like when we've talked about doing retreats before, it's been like in the spring, but then I'm like, there's this Success Club trip and then there's Summit and it's like kind of crazy. So I'm going to start looking into ideas for October and just a way for like us to get together as a team and do something fun. And we'll kind of figure out if it'll be for emeralds and above, or if diamonds will go and be able to earn more, people that might have Success Club related to it. But so there'll be more on that, but that will be something that there will definitely be things that you can earn based on accomplishments and goals that you hit. So that's going to be something that I'll be working on too, just to do something fun together. So yeah, so that's really it. just having more of like a game plan for a few months out, so you guys know like what you should be inviting to. I'm going to be delegating more for calls and what is coaching events and the new coach trainings. And yeah, just setting quarterly goals so that you really can break down like what you should be doing every single month. And I think that having this workbook will help you with that as well. Any questions on any of that?
So if you're getting really into the quarterly goal thing, I feel like we should recommend to anybody who hasn't to read the 12-week year, or maybe, and I might even read it again because it got me really fired up the first time I read it.
I feel like I have to read that again too.
And that's essentially quarterly, for the most part.
Yeah. Because like, and even like, what is his name? The guy that was there this weekend. I keep forgetting. Cody. Yeah.
Cody.
Like me and my wife, we just set 90-day goals. Like we know financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, like what we want in 90 days. Cause it's, it's short enough that you see it. And then you break it down. Like it's crazy. Like we just celebrated the new year, but February is almost already over. So like when you don't set goals every week, then like they just go by and it goes by fast. So that's why like you can, before you know, it'll be like halfway through the year, Summit will be here and you'll be like, oh my God, it's already halfway through the year and I haven't been doing what I need to do. So yeah, I just think collectively, like with us setting quarterly goals together as a team, setting them on your, what you want to do on your own. Definitely something you can share like with your coach. You can share it in the team page. And the workbook. It's really good. Like I didn't want to stop reading it. It's really good. So it's kind of like personal development. It's like when I was reading it, it was like I was reading personal development with the workbook inside. So I felt like it counted as my personal development because it got me like really excited and made me think differently. So that's it. You guys have any other questions?